What happened? What happened to our beautiful city? This is what everyone's jumping up about, is it? Green energy, cost of living, why not to work a 4-day week instead of a 5-day week, get paid for 5 days for only working 4. It's good to hit the snooze button. What happened? It's 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm wide awake. I don't sleep that well anyway. I remember when it used to be, it was like, it was an adventure to come to the city, and it was magical. It used to be magical. Come to the city with me grandma and me pop, or come into the city to watch a movie. My mum would sometimes bring me, and all the shops, they were lit up, and there was things in the window, and people were nice, and it was clean, and all right, you had your hobos, and that's what they were. You had your winos, right? That's where they worked back then, winos, right? They weren't filthy. They chose to be there. You didn't see the junkies. They weren't prominent, and if you can say the junkies knew where to be, they knew where to be. But now you've got a whole new problem, and all of you up and coming millennials and fucking, what were they, Gender Z or Gender V, I don't know what the fuck you are anymore. You're fighting for equality, and you're fighting for equal rights, and you want fucking your gay rights, and your fucking, your rainbow fucking warriors and everything else like that. Rainbow warrior was looking after the fucking ocean. Wasn't looking after gays or homosexuals or anything. No, I don't have anything against those people, right? But I think a lot's been stolen from things that meant things, where there's now people marching on causes that, all right, they mean something, but they're not fucking that important. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's really what happens behind closed doors. What you're recognised out on the street for is not where you're putting your dick or your vagina, right, or what you do with it. It's what you can do with your hands, to help, in your job or help other people, and that's what it should be about. The magical side of it, I'm almost in tears, standing here, and it's just, there's people just on the street, just lying on nothing, and we're fighting, wandering around, and it breaks your fucking heart to what we've come to. And people are screaming, like, we have a month gay pride day, yeah? We've now, because the Yes campaign failed, they have 1 week of mourning, right? 1 week of mourning, all right? Okay? Let me ask you this. How many days do we have to remember the fallen? Anyone? I'll tell you. It's 1 day, Anzac Day. 1 day. For millions of people that were displaced, died, went through atrocities. It was war, and those wars were fought, and we were able, because those wars were fought, won, lost, doesn't really matter. It was people standing up for what was right in their mind to do. No one was forced, and to be able to stand here and do this with my phone, they didn't fight for people to be sleeping on the street in 2023. 1 day, then Remembrance Day. You have the 11th of the 11th. It's 1 minute, 1 minute silence. But we've got to give a week's, mourning to the failed Yes campaign, and we've got to give a gay month pride. 1 month, 1 month. What the fuck did you people do for society as a whole, for the whole world, to deserve a month? I've got gay friends, mate. I've worked with gay people. I respect them, and everything else like that. But they don't jam it down my throat and stuff like that. But even those people I know, and lesbians and gays on both sides, I know them. I worked in the security industry. I was a bodyguard. You all know this. I've been overseas. I've done certain things, and I'm slowly starting to come out of my shell and start to fucking, you know, try and bridge a gap that's there that everyone's wanting to know. And how did I end up on drugs? How did I end up falling down and spending 8 years in my garage? And I'm getting there slowly. You know, it's hard. But like, you come out, and you come out after all of that, and then you come to a place that you used to enjoy, that everyone used to enjoy, and you have a look at it, and it's just fucking full of sadness. No one's happy. There's no laughter. You walk down the streets anymore, no one laughs. Can you imagine if all these YouTubers and stuff like that all banded together and said, you know what, we're not going to talk about bikes. We're not going to talk about our fucking our trip to America, or our trip to fucking Bolivia, or you know, our trip across the fucking barren desert on motorbikes. And we're not going to talk about, you know, riding a push bike or doing up cars. Can you imagine for 1 week if every YouTuber just turned around and just spoke about this? What's going on in the world? What have we become? Because standing here, fuck, it really shows you what humanity, humans, in a whole, not individually, but as a whole, what we've done. We are just a disastrous breed. We take, and a very small few, a very, very small few, give back. We all should be really doing better before it's too late. And that's if it's not, it's already too late with what's going on in Israel and Palestine, and then you got Russia and Ukraine. You know, I mean, anyway. I went to the War Memorial. I like to go there because I feel close to my granddad. And I like to say thank you to him and to his comrades and his mates that he met during the war and stuff. Just to say thanks, you know, to remember them. Let me ask you this, everybody out there who watches my videos and even might pass it on. When was the last time in your country or in your state or territory did you go to a remembrance shrine and just paid homage, you know, just said thanks? Thanks for me. Thank you for what you did. For why I'm allowed to speak like this, live like this, say what I can, freedom of speech. And then really reflect on what is freedom of speech. Are you abusing abusing the ability to have freedom of speech? I think a lot of people are. They're abusing it. Because you can do it doesn't mean you can do it. Because it's there doesn't mean you can say what you can say. Do I agree in banning the Nazi symbol? Yeah, I do. I do. Do I agree in, you know, what happened in the yes and no vote? It divided a nation. You know, it divided a nation. I'm not a racist by any means, and I'm sick of saying it, and I'm sick of looking at people and having them look at me, and I'll walk around with a Harley jacket on, or ride a Harley, or get judged as a fucking bikie. I've got friends who are bikies. Do I choose to be one? No. But did they give me the respect because they don't have a fucking patch on my back? Fucking oath they do. Right? I've got a cock and 2 balls of my own, thanks. And in saying that, you know, take that how you wish. But anyone who takes time out, whether they've got a patch on their back or whatever, to shake my hand, I look at you as that person, as an individual. I don't give a fuck about what's on your back. You know? My grandfather and the men who I grew up around, they had tattoos, but you couldn't see them. And their tattoos meant something. It was like kids now, fucking age of 19, they're all linked up. What the fuck? You haven't even lived life. Anyway. So what I did tonight is I gave someone $5 and I bought him a pie. Didn't even ask them their name. You know? And he was a little Chinaman and he's walking past now. Here he goes now. Have a look at him. You know? Wearing bare feet. Let's see if we can get him. This is him over here. Right? We'll see him walk past. Just a lost soul. People don't even want anymore. That's the problem. That's what's happening. When you lose the will to want or anything, you just want to die. You know, he wants to be left alone. It's too gone. He's too far gone. What do you do to a person? He'll forever and a day. He'll be always looking over his shoulder, thinking whatever you've given him or whatever he's achieved now, it's just going to get taken off him. He wasn't born like that. He wasn't born like that. None of us were. We were born. We had people around us who loved us, whether it was your mum and dad or other people. There was people there. You know, there's an old man, mate, just fucking. Anyway, all right, go get a pie. Take care.